Ayo, I'm back. I'm back. What's it been like 10 days? Oh man, lots happened in those 10 days. I got sick. Um, I had to cut like 3 days out of the gym. I've managed to go back in, kind of, ready and rearing to go yesterday and today. But, unfortunately, this is a little too loud. Hold on. For me, at least, for me, bring it down to like 30. About 30. Yeah, okay. I went in and I was ready to go and all that, but all of my maxes have gone down, like, depending on the exercise, like 5, 10, up to like 20, like maybe even like 30 pounds. Like my deadlift dropped like 30 pounds. So it's going to have to take a lot of work to get back up there, but like, I can't help what happened to my body there. And then I also kind of got an injury. I got like a sore muscle on like my left. It's like my left lat, So for some of you who don't know, like exercise terms and muscle terms, it's kind of a specific spot, like right underneath, like the back of your shoulders. And I got mine on the left side, and so anytime it's like I'm pulling up my own weight, or like my own weight is being pulled down. Like if I got something in my hand, like a dumbbell, it's pulling down on like my back. Kind of like my back's going into it a bit, and that's when I like kind of feel it. So I just got back from the gym. It's the night before Thanksgiving. I don't have to work tomorrow, so that's nice, but unfortunately, I will also be spending Thanksgiving alone. I may even upload a video tomorrow. I know it's sad. Guy being alone on Thanksgiving. I'll be hanging out with my family on Saturday, but they're like in Missouri right now with my grandparents. I didn't have the vacation time from work to go down with them. And I got some friends, and we're planning a Friendsgiving. Well, he's doing it on Saturday, but that's the same day I'm going to see my parents. So I'm kind of choosing my family over my friends, I guess. So at least I had some offers there, but it just sucks on like the day itself. I'm alone. I ordered some pizza. I think it's gonna be my first time in like 6 months eating a pizza. Because it's really sad, because right before I got sick, I went to I had a kind of a meeting with a nutritionist at any time, and I made it up to 165 pounds, and I didn't know if I should like go any higher, or just keep working with what I got, because I was 150. Is it the prison? Yeah, I already knew that game. I already got I was 150 before I started working out, and I got up to 165, and my strength went up a lot, but that was of course also because fat is muscle, so just eating more will make you stronger. So I thought to myself that maybe I should just stick at 165 for now and work all this excess fat I got into muscle. Like, just keep looking at the scale, staying at 165, but try to turn it into 165 pounds of muscle or whatever. Was kind of like my logic. Hold on a sec, I got a drink here. Had to take a sip of my drink. Got something kind of strong right now. I'm going through kind of what's left of my... Right now I got some Jack Daniels, but it's also mixed with Jack Daniels honey, which I had left over from a party. Alcohol gets pretty dang expensive, but so I can't let go to waste and all that, and hopefully I'll be okay tomorrow. So I know this is nuts, but I think the gyms are going to be open tomorrow. You can still hear me sniffling. Like, my nose is a little stuffy. Just a little though. I'm definitely coming out of it. Like I was in there yesterday, and I was able to get all the exercises and sets I wanted to get in, and reps. But unfortunately, like I said, I had to go down on weight. But like I was in there for 2 hours yesterday, just really trying to get back what I lost. And I went in today, and it was kind of like a chest shoulder day, kind of triceps, and I do kind of feel it there. I got off, what was it, like 50 minutes ago. I just got back, and I'm still kind of feeling it, so I think that's a good sign. So it's just, hope I can get it back. Pray for me if you're that sort, to whatever God you believe in. And I ordered a pizza, so it'll be here, and I might pause the stream to eat the pizza, because I learned how to pause now. But yeah, I guess I better, I got all the upgrades right last we checked. My kitty just came up on my lap, my little Pog Champ. I've been seeing that Pog Champ meme all over the place. It's pretty funny. Oh, he coughed. You know what that means, right? That just means like everyone just got the virus. I love that. That's literally, so I know you see like in certain areas to see some of these people like stumbling around and like throwing up. It's because they're catching the virus. Well, it's because I'm walking around the city. Well, I don't think that's part of it, but I know I also like unleashed it or something like that. Even I don't completely remember the plot. I just know Alex Mercer is like a gray villain, if such a term even exists. But yeah, it stinks I'm gonna be alone on Thanksgiving. I know I've talked, but hey, kitty. I normally have the door to my Wizard's Labyrinth closed, so Kitty doesn't get in here and like chew everything up. But I got it open so I could hear the doorbell ring when the pizza gets here. Oh yeah, so I was talking about, I'm eating a pizza for the first time in half a year. It's like, well, you gotta bulk up, and it's like, well, that's a lot of fucking carbs, a lot of dough, a lot of fat too, from like the cheese and the sauce, and it's gonna have pepperoni and bacon, a lot of fat. I guess it will help me kind of cheat my way back up to my old maxes. I don't know, but the plan, it sounds like, is for me to get to 180. To get from 165 to 180 is what my nutritionist told me, but that was right before I got sick. So I was like, oh, well, I better hold up off of trying to get back up to 180. Like, I was 165 this morning, I think. So, I've maintained that at least. But, of course, a lot of that muscle is turned back into fat. Maybe not like a whole lot, but we'll see. It's quite the experience. I didn't expect it to like drop so dramatically from like those 3 days of being sick. I really didn't expect it. But yeah, I've talked before, I've ranted about like trying to get like a girlfriend. Like it's times like this where that's kind of what it was. Is I think I've talked before about how I kind of dreamed of making anime, and then I realized I was an American, and I wasn't raised in Japan, and I just don't have that career opportunity. Maybe one day, like, who knows, maybe it will be this generation, maybe it will be the Gen Zs. They'll get to grow up in that world where that's a path they can actually take. And for me, it's like it wasn't even about the career, it was just about making my ideas come to life, but those kind of go hand in hand. There needs to be a product. There needs to be people make something and then consumers buy it. And there's consumers that are willing to buy it. Like American-made anime, I think it could sell if it's legit. But Americans just don't know how to make like that exact, that exact form of storytelling. I think that, and a lot of it comes more to the animated screenwriting and like the animated character designs and the look. There's just American artists don't seem to understand how to draw like those proportions and stuff and make it look like legitimate in the same way, just like it looks when it's made in Japan. But anyway, why the fuck was I going on about that? Oh yeah, I basically put a chastity belt around myself and spent like 3 years just writing Microsoft Word documents, writing stories, writing scripts, submitting them to Japanese websites using Google Translate so that I can read the sites, and then I didn't even realize that they don't accept English submissions. Like, I was hoping some Japanese company during some of these like contests would see this 120-page Word document in English and be like, what the fuck? We have all these like kanji, like Japanese stuff, like Nani? Here's this one guy who has it in English, and it's 120 pages. The balls that a guy halfway around the world would submit a 120-page English Word document to like, a Japanese only, where, it has to be in kanji or whatever, and katakana, hiragana, whatever it's called. And I did that, but, it was for nothing. It just doesn't seem realistic. Like, I want to believe in miracles. I want to believe they exist. But, unfortunately, I didn't get no miracle. And so then I was like, okay, well, that just left me in limbo. Like, I spent so much time on that, and I, like, cried in the fucking closet when I just kind of caved in, and I dropped out of the art classes that I was taking in, like, Rock Valley College. And I just kind of, like, shut down. Like, I emotionally and mentally just shut down for a while, and I remember before I took up those dreams, I was super trying to, like, find a girlfriend, right? Back in, like, my earlier 20s. Like, I'm approaching 29 now. I hate it, but, I'm like a year and 2 months away from 30, But, I was really trying, like, my early 20s, but I think I was doing it wrong, and it wasn't free-flowing enough, and I was like, oh, it has to happen in this way, and she has to like all the same things that I like, and I guess I was like, oh God, because, like I think I've shared before, I try to, I don't want to make it like, of course, the main thing that I talk about or whatever, but, I am a Christian, I, believe in the Bible and all that. And, I guess I relied too much on my belief in, like, fate and, like, oh, if you pray for it and... Oh, wait, hold on a sec. I better stop, like, I just want to get this memory real quick. I'll continue my story here in a bit.
What's the situation with Mercer?
The subject is wanted in connection with treasonous activities against the United States and our allies. As of last night, Alex Mercer is the #1 terrorist threat in the United States.
I kind of want to re-see that one, actually. I wasn't really paying enough attention, I'm not going to lie. Is this it?
What's the situation with Mercer?
The subject is wanted in connection with treasonous activities against the United States and our allies. As of last night, Alex Mercer is the #1 terrorist threat in the United States.
Well, damn right he is. This guy is unstoppable. This guy can probably beat Superman, honestly. Alex Mercer. But, alright, so where was I? Fuck, another one. Can't remember where I was, though. Oh, yeah, I got back into dating, I guess.
The target exhibits a classic low-effect personality. Psychopathic disregard for others, narcissistic worldview punctuated by self-obsessive disorders.
Okay. Now how about somebody repeat that in English?
Funny old politicians who don't give a shit about anything. I wonder who they were talking. I don't know if they were talking about me or not. I don't know. They're talking about people that when they get the virus, what they become, like Alex, you know. Yeah, I decided to. Yeah, I believed in fate and all of that. I prayed hard enough and whatever, but I'm not so sure about that anymore. And like, I guess I used to believe in the God that would just show me what to do, and I wouldn't have to, you know, I shouldn't even bother searching for it. I shouldn't try to find like what I should do, what I should be. But now I've kind of come to the conclusion, I think, interpreting the Bible, that it's the Bible God, according to the Bible, wants it to be somewhere kind of more in the middle, I guess. I think a large part of it is the fact that, we live in an imperfect world. We live in a world where things are not the way, in a lot of ways, things are not the way that God intended. And in a perfect world, like, maybe everyone would have like the best someone for them. Oh, yes! I'm going to do the superhero landing. Oh, I killed an innocent human. Sorry about that. But we don't live in that perfect world, and there's all sorts of things that we, just won't get. But as someone who believes in God, I believe that people who, put Him first in their lives, the idea, they in their hearts and their minds and all of that, that if they push forward, they claw forward for, the things that they want, and they put the Lord first with, like, what does God want? I think it's never easy, and it's gonna, it's gonna be a hurricane at times. But I do really look at life as kind of like a battle, and I believe. So I'll use it as an metaphor with a different religion, with Greek mythology. So in anime, of course, because I'm a weeb. But there was there's this anime called Saint Seiya, and it's based off a manga, and it's Shonen Jump. So it belongs, of course, to like the Marvel of like manga and anime. It, the same guys that released Dragon Ball Z, of course, and Naruto and Bleach, Yu Yu Hakusho, and then of course right now we have My Hero Academia and Demon Slayer, which are ginormous. They just release like hit after hit after hit after hit, right? Well, prior to anime's giant boom in America, so basically pre-Dragon Ball Z, that's what I always say. I say pre-Dragon Ball Z because, of course, Dragon Ball Z is, one of the big things that made anime as mainstream as it is nowadays. There was Saint Seiya, and Saint Seiya, I think the manga came out a little bit before Dragon Ball Z. But so Saint Seiya, it's the story. It's Greek mythology. Well, here, how do I explain this? So, like, it takes place in the modern era, but it works under the assumption that all the tales in Greek mythology actually happened. And it's just like all those gods and all of them, like, remain dormant, I guess. And honestly, the plot, it's kind of a product of its time, and you could tell it was aimed at kids because a lot of it doesn't make sense. But so there's these humans that don these cloths, is what they call them. They call them cloths, but they're really armor. that give them supernatural abilities based on the god that that they have the armor of. So, for instance, the main character, it's called Saint Seiya. Well, it's kind of like Naruto, where it's named after the main character. And the main character, his cloth is the Pegasus cloth. So he has powers that are based off of the Pegasus in Greek mythology. And there's Andromeda Shun, there's Phoenix Ikki, there's Dragon Shiryu. That's like the only character. They have one character of like Chinese origin, so he's like a wild card. In Cygnus Hyoga. Andromeda Shun is the best of the main characters. Andromeda Shun is my favorite personally. But anyway, so at some point in the story, there's this girl who's the granddaughter of this guy who owned the orphanage that adopted and trained all these saints. And at some point in the story, she figures out that she is the reincarnation of Athena, the goddess of war. And when she figures this out, all of the main characters, the immediate main characters who had already been fighting to protect her all that time, they all gain this huge power boost as her worshippers, I guess you could say, or her warriors, her knights. You know, because another title that gets thrown around for it is Knights of the Zodiac. For some reason, I guess in like the UK it got called that, even though it's really saints, but they keep saying knights instead. So anyway, back to how I relate this to like following God and all of that. So later in the series in particular, there's a scene, this big arc where the main characters go to like the headquarters of the saints. It's called Sanctuary. And they're fighting. So the saints come in tiers. There's bronze saints, silver saints, and then gold saints. And the gold saints, the difference in power between a bronze saint and a gold saint is like that between a worm and a god. Is how the gold saints themselves like said it. But there were a lot of scenes where, so the bronze saints decides to fight them anyway. And there's a lot of scenes where they keep saying, Athena, grant me victory in battle. Grant me victory in battle. And they keep saying that, and they keep fighting, and then their power levels as they're fighting, you know. You know how it is in anime. They begin to rise. And then eventually, after a lot of hard work and a lot of blood, they win. And there's a few of them that like almost died, but you know, they pulled the anime thing where they came back to life. And that is what, you know, at least where I stand, that's my conclusion for how life with the God of the Bible, how life with that God works, is that you keep fighting, but you also keep being, you know, mindful of, you know, the ways that, you know, God wants you to live. And, you know, also, of course, knowing you're not perfect, but when you do fight, you know, like, it just, like, feels good. It feels good when you got through the day, or even in the middle of the fight. There is a sense of satisfaction. Oh, here goes my pizza. All right, hold on a sec. I'll have to fucking continue this. Hey, I'm back, and I'm gonna fucking eat my pizza here like a fucking man. The girl, there was this girl that delivered the pizza. I'm gonna get this out of the way. She was gorgeous. And she had like these pink nails. Or not pink, they were black. Maybe she was a metalhead. I don't know. I had my Metallica shirt on. Whatever. I'll never fucking see her again. It doesn't matter. If I was a real Giga Chad, I would have. Imagine meeting a girl for the first time in like 10 seconds and asking for her number. Like some Giga Chad out there would do that. But unfortunately, I'm not a Giga Chad. I got a long way to go with girls. And that, I guess, comes back to that victory in battle thing I was on about. Like, even when it comes to the girls, like, I just got to put my best foot forward, and I got to have faith, and I got to be a little wild. I think the idea of like a God on my back, you know, making sure shit doesn't go too south, or that I learn from the experience or whatever, that like means a lot. Like that's like that, the idea of, you know, well, what can God do for me? What can religion do for me? It's one of those things where it's like, you know, what if it's real, and what if you were born for this, right? Like, what if you were born to be this or that? And like, the idea with the God of the Bible, at least, is that everyone has a good purpose, and it might not be. I mean, we're all selfish, right? We're all you know, we have that evil inside of us, and I don't think that's what God intended. And so that's where we have to make a conscious effort to like focus on like, you know, what we were really made for, even if it doesn't feel like it's what we want, you know. But yeah, it's kind of like with like Athena. It's like, you know, victory in battle. Hold on a sec, I'm getting a plate. But yeah, you know, unfortunately, I got some dating sites. I signed up for the wrong ones. I signed up for this one called Zoosk. What a waste. Zoosk is such a dead app. And most of the ones on there, well, yeah, most of them seem to be like 30-year-old moms, but I'm getting there, I guess. I'm getting there. I'm getting to that age where I might just have to go for the 30-year-old moms. I mean, my dad went for a mom. My dad was a MILF lover. I don't know if I've ever talked about that on here. My mom was a single mom for like 2 months, and then she was a dating mom. Like, my dad walked into, my quote-unquote stepdad walked into her life, and I, you know, like, I didn't even figure out till I was like 18, and by then it didn't fucking matter. It's like I was kind of like, when I figured out, I was kind of blown back, but then, like, it meant nothing. Like, it explained a few things, like, oh, that's why my little brother is so fucking tan. That's why my dad's so tan, and I'm fucking pasty white. So I might have to go for a MILF. I know I kind of preferably actually just don't want kids, but what else can you do, you know? Be single the rest of your life? Like, I've been single for 8.5 years, and I've lived alone for those 8.5 years, and that's really built up, so. There it just went down my throat. First piece of pizza in like 6 months. Wild. Just wild. Yeah, there's only one. So that's another thing that makes it hard. Is, you know, as a Christian, like, I really want to be with a Christian girl. Really want to be with a girl that... I want to be with a girl that has a lot of those same core values, but at the same time, like, I'm such a fucking outlaw, you know, when it comes to Christianity. Like, of course, like I said, I got my Jack Daniels here. You know, I think when you choose the time and place, and you have the power to say yes or no, I don't think it's wrong. Like, even if you end up drinking, you know, quite a lot, and get kind of buzzed, and get kind of wild, and you have maybe a little bit of a hangover the next day, as long as you are mature and responsible enough to plan when you drink, and then knowing next morning, if you don't have to do anything next morning, you'll be ready for next morning, I think it's fine. And I think the Bible says in multiple, you know, verses, when you can celebrate, celebrate. And that includes, wine. But then, of course, it also says don't be a slave to it. And, I feel the same way about, certain drugs, like, marijuana. Yeah, marijuana's kind of expensive right now, and I did marijuana for the first time with a friend like 3 months ago, and it wasn't, I don't know, it just made me feel really bored. I kind of like alcohol more, I think. And of course I've drunk kava before, which they say it's supposed to relax you, but it's, for some reason, it seems to like wake me up. I couldn't sleep that one night. I drank some kava. But, things like that, like, you just have to do your research. You gotta know what it does. I have no people that, like, that have taken, like, acid and stuff, and I do not think that, like, it seems with acid, like, the post effects of it, like, how it affects your body, like, I don't know, it might not be, like, the worst for your body, but, like, I know some person this guy I was talking to, I let him speak, but he said he was taking acid while he was driving, and he would, like, see cars passing by, like they were, like, leaving a blur and shit. And I'm like, dude, how dare you be driving when you're seeing shit like that? So some stuff you shouldn't take, or there's a time and place for it in terms of, like, medical reasons, but those kinds of belief, of course I cuss, I say shit, I say fuck, I say cunt, I say queef, clitoris, nipples, titties, ass, whatever, right? I don't care, I'll say it all. Because as long as it's not hurting people, as long as I'm not harming people directly with my words, I think it's okay. And if you're being offended by the word by itself, by me saying the word by itself being offended, honestly, that's your fault. That's your choice. Because I'm not even insulting you personally by simply saying the word tit or saying the word, ass or whatever. As long as I'm not directing it at you, I can't really see why you're getting offended. I'm the kind of guy with, like, the right group of friends. Like, we can like, talk shit and act. It's called acting. Like calling each other pussy or beta male or whatever for fun. Teasing, right? Teasing. Which, I guess you gotta be careful with that. And you gotta understand who you're saying it to. I don't know if I mentioned it, but I lost a friend. I lost a friend a while back. Well, simply all I did was I pretended that he was boring. He said One Piece is boring, and then it's like, I don't even care about One Piece, but just play with him, just have fun. I said, you're boring. And then he texted something, and on my text it appeared without a period, and I don't give a crap. I misspell words all the time. I miss periods all the time. But I was like, you forgot a period in that sentence. And he texted him, oh, you forgot a second period, you forgot a third, and then it kind of went like that. And at any point he could have just stopped texting me, or he could have just told me to suck a cock, and I would have got the idea, and I would have stopped texting him. Like, okay, he doesn't think this is funny, or whatever. I don't know. But at the same time, it's, of course, like, on my side, I could have just stopped. I could have not done it. And when we went through a situation like that before, where I was trolling him about, like, an anime he liked, and he got angry, and he told me, and so, in all honesty, I was honestly 100% like the villain, and he was like 100% the victim, and I was wrong. But at the same time, I feel like if he can't, stomach some light teasing, it's probably better if we don't be friends. So, we parted on, like, lukewarm terms, maybe. I don't know. But hopefully he doesn't take it too personally. But it's, it's probably better. It's sad because we got most stuff, and like 99% of the time we're getting along, but I don't know. There was a lot of times I had to hold my tongue around him where I wanted to, like, tease him, but I knew he would have flipped out, so I didn't, and I was kind of getting tired of that, so I'm about to finish my freaking pizza. Yeah, I better just fucking. I don't want people to hear me like munching all the gosh darn time. It's gonna freak so many people out. I'm gonna pause it real quick. All right, I'm back. Oh, now that was some good shit. We'll have to see how my tummy feels about the. Hold on a second. I locked my kitty in the room. Kitty, get your ass out of here. Ooh. There we go. I can shut the door and I don't gotta worry about her. Well, yeah, I'll see how it is in my stomach. I ate half of it, put the rest in the fridge. Eat the other half tomorrow. I still want to try to maintain my 165, but it's a lot of carbs and a lot of fat, so at least I might see my maxes go up, which will like mentally make me happy, I guess, but I just got to keep going. I want to get a 12-pack. I want to have biceps on my biceps and triceps on my triceps. The big reason I started working out back in February is I thought it helped my chances a bit. I knew I had to learn to enjoy it and, get behind the culture a bit and all that. And I changed my nutrition, and that's been the funnest part, because I used to live on literally like 8 different items of food, and now I just eat like everything. Oh, another one, jeez. We got another memory over here. Hey, what are you looking at? Dr. John Tynes.
What do you think goes on in her head?
Nothing. Her brain was fried by the virus.
She seems... Yeah, it seems like she's waiting for something.
Dang. She's scary. I almost want to Google the... Maybe I'll do it at like the end of the stream or whatever, but I want to Google when they're, the target has low personality disorder and all that. Like, I want to know, some of that stuff I haven't heard of, like, medically. Like, I know what the words mean, like what the word low means and the word personality means. But I'm curious about the medical, like, what that one means. Anyway, so I was talking about being an outlaw because, like I said, there's not a lot of girls out there that, or people in churches in general, that kind of share that kind of lifestyle that's like pseudo-hedonistic. It's like slightly hedonistic, I guess. There's actually a surprising amount of like guys and girls in the church that they aren't afraid to drink a bit. Maybe they'll cuss here and there, and they're like okay with that and cool with it. And there's another one. I can't miss out on these opportunities. You know how it is. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. I need to switch forms. Alright, well. Alright, switch. Yep, I'm just a normal average dude that could survive 80-foot drops. Hey, I'm gonna consume you now.
Situation in New York.
Yeah, I don't run.
Something else. Sir?
Get the old man on the horn. I want 2 battalions ready to move from Dietrich. Full gear. It's starting again.
Oof. Yeah, they keep bringing up Idaho. That's definitely a thing. Oh, shit, what's it on about? Yeah, they're drinking stuff, but I even listen to copious amounts of metal music. And, there was the Christian metalcore scene in the mid-2000s. Kind of made it to the 2010s, and then it just died. And there's a YouTuber named Finn McKenty. His YouTube channel is called Punk Rock MBA, and he's done a really good video about how that kind of died. And it's kind of still around, but I don't think it's going to recover. There's a few big bands still left that have a very strong following. they're a lot of the big reasons they're still around is because they're good. To be honest, a lot of these Christian metal bands, quote unquote metal, they were all metalcore, which a lot of metalheads argue isn't even metal. Like, I like metalcore, and maybe it's not metal, but I do like it, even if it's not metal. But like, let's see, there's like Demon Hunter, August Burns Red, thousand, on like the harder side of music, that their music, the big thing that helped them survive, I think, partially is that their music is actually good. It's like, it's well written. You kind of see its influences. Like, Demon Hunter has a lot of Soilwork influence, but they've also kind of separated themselves, I think, sound wise, from like Soilwork. August Burns Red, very strong. They're one of the big metalcore bands, very metalcore. But recently, of course, they've started to add even kind of clean vocals in their music a bit that they never used to really do before, which is given like a fresh touch. And they slam hard. And then on like the kind of softer, more like rock side would be like Skillet and Thousand Foot Crutch. The lead singer of Thousand Foot Crutch, his voice is just, very unique. He's Canadian. I think, they're a Canadian band, and so he has this very particular accent. And I remember in high school, Thousand Foot Crutch, like, his fucking voice, like, and the way he did it, like, it wasn't quite rap, it was close to rap, the way he sung. Like, they're still writing music, and it's not quite as intense as it used to be, because I think, a lot of kids have dropped out, and it's all soccer moms, and so they try to make their music, I think, a little more melancholic, I guess, to appeal to the soccer moms. But there's still a lot of respect for them, I think, even from like people from a musical standpoint. There's like respect. And then Skillet, they're always, they've gone kind of more beats recently. I don't know if I'm quite as big as a fan of like newer Skillet. I still think they're good, but they used to be like the big thing that got them big was their piano and violin comedy. They're probably like the biggest, were at one point like the biggest Christian band with like youth in general, like not just Christian youth. And I think that's one of the big disappointments I have with like the Christian, not even just Christian metal, but like Christian music, like Christian contemporary music, is they're exclusively marketing to Christians like it is a business. And I envision a world, the best world, I think, for like Christian music is a world where Christians can feel at home, but the non-Christians can feel welcomed to listen and to contemplate, but then also feel free to be them. Like, atheists can be themselves around Christians. Atheists, not even just atheists or agnostics or other religions, not even just talking about that they don't believe in a God or they believe in a different God, but they can also say like, yeah, I do drugs, yeah, I smoke, yeah, I've done crack before, yeah, I've done this and that. In a safe Christian environment, people should be able to say those things and not be judged for them, or at least not like there shouldn't be like a mass of like 80 people saying, oh, shame on you, get out of our church, you're going to hell. Like, I think it's all right to tell one of those people like, hey, like, you seem like a good guy, and I think that this crack cocaine is ruining your life, or crystal meth is ruining your life, it might kill you. Like, I think it's okay to say things like that out of like love, out of like genuine, like, hey, there's science here that says, it's common knowledge, this will hurt you, this will kill you. And I think that's where a lot of Christian metal bands and Christian bands failed, is their inability, or they didn't really want to appeal to those people. They didn't market them. And then now, Christian bands, like the lead singers of Christian bands, if they so much as say one thing wrong, it's like they lose their jobs. And I don't know, some of the people that work in like the Christian music industry, I kind of almost like feel bad for them. But it's probably not as bad as I'm thinking. And if you're in a band with a bunch of people and they're all Christian, you're all Christian, well, I mean, on the flip side of things, you know, non-Christian, like metal bands and like rock bands, of course, in particular, like there's lots of drugs there. There's lots of like alcohol, and there's probably a lot of like unhealthy relationships. Like a lot of those band members are probably fighting behind stage all the time and things like that. And then they got to go out on stage and pretend they like each other, you know. Like As I Lay Dying, they were a Christian band and they were struggling. Like they've talked in interviews, like they just had to fake it till they made it on stage. Like there's a lot of tension going on. I have so much respect for that's another band right there that's made it. As I Lay Dying, and I have so much respect for like how much the members of that band have fought through, like all of their mistakes and all of their shortcomings. And so for those of you that don't know, As I Lay Dying, like they were a Christian band, but it came out that the lead singer tried hiring a hitman to kill his wife, and that probably came from the part where if he were to divorce, then all of a sudden it's like, oh, he did a non-Christian thing, and his record label probably would have dropped him. And that's another thing right there that makes me sick, thinking about the Christian music industry. Is, I mean, yeah, like, so, you know, the Bible says divorce is wrong, that couples should try to stick it out till the end. And, you know, maybe if his name was Tim Lambesis, the lead singer of As I Lay Dying, and if he would have divorced his wife, that would have been wrong, you know, from a biblical perspective. But I mean, he you know, instead he chose to hire a hitman to try to kill his wife. And if Tim Lambesis would have known, he would have been able to keep his job if he divorced, versus hiring a hitman to kill his wife and try to make it look like a fucking accident. I do not think Tim Lambesis would have hired that hitman. You know, I think as much as divorce would have been wrong, like I don't think he would have done that and not hired hitman. And you know what that, I mean, people like to say there aren't like greater evils or lesser evils or whatever. Maybe, but there are definitely greater consequences. And if Tim Lambesis would have divorced his wife, there would have been a lot of pain and hurt. You know, sin really comes down to what it does to you and to others. It doesn't. I don't think it really comes down to how you should feel as a person, like guilt and stuff. Like the Bible is very anti-guilt. Like Jesus is very much about don't feel guilty about what you've done. Just strive to be better and take a deep breath and just try to be a better person. Versus haunt, you know, the Bible never says haunt yourself with this for the rest of your life or whatever. What was I getting on about with all of that? Well, anyway, it's better to divorce your wife than try to hire a hitman to fucking kill her. Anyway, but yeah, it's because of the label he's on, the standards that he's held to. And I mean, think of how many people who listen to As I Lay Dying or listen to Christian music are going through, are in the middle of that kind of super hedonistic lifestyle, some sort of struggle, like to know that the Christian singers or songwriters that they listen to, I think it means a lot more to them to know that they are also human and that they have also sinned. And then for those figures to admit when they commit some sort of sin like that, I think that's a lot more meaningful than I think what a lot of the Christian music industry expects. Is they expect you to be the symbol of perfection and the symbol of wholesomeness. And I was watching like a YouTube video about that, about like worship singers, that if they show much, like there's this one girl who she lifted her hand up and her shirt, I guess, was just a little too short, and it showed just a little bit of her belly, and then she got like 5,000 like hate emails, like thousands of hate emails about like, oh, you whore, you showed your, you know, just a little bit of your belly, you whore, or whatever. And, you know, I think as much as, you know, I believe as a Christian, as someone who believes in the God of the Bible and the Bible's instruction for how we should live our lives, that we should encourage Christians, you know, specifically speaking, Christians should encourage other Christians to, you know, live the best life they can, and to avoid sin, because the idea is that sin is what ruins the world. Basically, the idea behind when the Bible says don't do this, don't do that, is simply that's the key to making a perfect world. It's if everybody didn't do this and everybody didn't do that, if everybody didn't cheat, steal, and murder, if everybody loved their children, if every parent loved their child, if every child loved their parent, you know, the world would be perfect. But by our nature, we are imperfect, so it will never be, you know, it will never be possible to make the perfect world. But in the pursuit of trying not to cheat, steal, and murder, and love our children, love our parents, in that pursuit, like, we can make progress as individual human beings and fight against their selfish wills, you know, and make the world a better place. And that's the idea. But when people do fall, like, instead of judging them and you know, putting them in the depths of despair and depression, which is it's basically fighting sin with sin. When somebody sins and then you tell them, how dare you sin, it's like you're fighting sin with sin, because then you're inflicting something called guilt upon people, and that doesn't help them become better people. That just helps them hate the person that they are. Anyway, I'm going way off. So I'm an outlaw, and most Christian girls are like Christian, you know, Christian guys too. And there's this group of Christian people I hang out with. I get to see them every Thursday. It's one of the few times I get to socialize with other human beings. I see them on Thursday nights, except not this Thursday because of Thanksgiving. None of the, of course, there's this church I've been going to for 8 years, and in the 8 years I've been going to this church, I've never met anyone who likes metal music. I've never met anyone who likes anime, and I've never met anyone who likes video games anywhere near as much as I do, or has played as many video games, or all of that. Fuck, what was I going on about? So, you know, so when it comes to, like, girls, they don't judge me. I mean, the Christians I've been hanging out with at this church, they understand, you know, metal isn't bad, cussing isn't bad, drinking isn't bad. Maybe they even kind of understand weed isn't bad, even though they haven't done it themselves, you know, even though they haven't done it themselves. I don't think they'd, like, judge me for it. But they also aren't into it. They aren't into metal or video games or anime or booze or weed or whatever, you know. Tattoos, you know, I got a tattoo, I'm going to get another tattoo. Like, they accept all those things, they're okay with all those things, they're logical enough to know that the idea that those things are wrong is a lie of the modern church. But so the problem is that it makes it hard to relate, and particularly with, like, Christian girls. And of course, just, you know, me only wanting to be with a Christian girl, that immediately lowers my pool of, like, available girls. Man, and there's only one single Christian girl, like, in this Thursday night group I go to, and, like, guys, like, my real name will never be known because I don't want it to get out that I say this kind of stuff, especially. So this girl, she's been in this group since, like, I don't know, May of 2019. That was when I first started going to the group, I think, was like, I don't know, May of like 2019. And when I first saw her, like, it took a little while to click in. I was like, man, this girl's really cute. You know, but that wasn't quite enough, especially, you know, since I had just coming out of my, like, anime phase. I wasn't really thinking about dating. And I started watching, like, a lot of Western movies. I started getting into, like, the origins of America. Like, where, you know, I don't know, like, our history, basically. And that Wild West time was a very specific, unique time in history you can't really find in a lot of other countries or cultures. And I remember I came into the group one day and she was wearing like a poncho, and this was in the middle of my Western craze, and I was like, oh, she's wearing a poncho, like, and I was kind of struck. I was kind of struck by like her beauty, I guess, and she's like, she had like kind of like a cute personality. I was starting to catch on more and more, like, she reminded me of like Orihime from Bleach, who was like my high school waifu. And I was just like kind of like, whoa, like, she's like a literal princess, you know, she's like a literal like wholesome like princess. And she's very beautiful. And then I remember one day we had like a Thursday night group or something like that. And she shared in like another group we had the next day how it was very big to her that everybody was having a good time, and how she's happy when like the group is happy. Like, she wants a group to be happy. She pursues making a group happy. And then that was the moment. Like, up until that point, like, I know I saw her in the poncho and I saw she was cute. And up until that point, like, I wasn't really interested. But then, like, it was that where I was struck, because the thing is that's the exact opposite of me. And I think the real reason I like her isn't because she likes anime and video games or tattoos or weed and drinking. She doesn't like any of those things. Like, I don't think she's like, she, you know, judges anyone for it or whatever. It was because she was the opposite of all those things. Because for me, I could care, well, like, I want people to be happy. I'm not afraid if people want a shoulder to cry on, or they want to talk about something on their chest, they want to talk about it with me. I'm more than happy to, like, talk about that. I definitely more than happy. But I'm used to being surrounded, like where I work, I am used to being surrounded by such negative, pessimistic, cheating, rude people that you cannot make them smile or make them happy with anything. Like, they just can't celebrate nothing. I'm so used to that I just learned to stop caring. If everyone in the room wants to be angry and crying and bitter, well, sucks to be you. You know, I'm just gonna smile and keep moving on. But she really cares about, like, well, according to what she said, like, she's probably, you know, still discovering herself. I'm almost 30, but I'm sure there's still stuff about me I have left to learn. But from what she said as she described it, it was just like the opposite of me. And that was when I just kind of like was enamored. Because I mean, I guess in like a long-term relationship, in a relationship where you're like having, you know, you work together to accomplish a goal, as like your new family starting out or whatever. Like, I would think that being the opposite would actually you would complement each other by being absolutely, you know, the opposite, because you can cover each other's weaknesses. You can cover each other's weaknesses by being opposite, and, you know, they always say opposites attract, and that's exactly, I think, what I felt with this girl. But so I think I might have discussed that. So she's got like 2 siblings, which is very intimidating, because she's always with her siblings, and they're all like 6 feet tall. And, you know, one of them is like one of the smartest men I've ever met. One of them is like one of the strongest men I've ever met. He's like an Olympian. He's super, you know, hits the gym. He's kind of in my mind, kind of like competition, I guess. shit. What was he going on about? But yeah, I asked the brothers, like, hey, is, you know what she said? Oh my god, I'm gonna, no. Oh, fuck it. I asked her, is your sister single? And she's like, yeah, why do you ask? And I'm like, well, you know, I know I don't know your sister. I said, I know I don't know your sister too well, which is absolutely true. I don't know her too. I mean, she's been showing up in these groups I've been going to for like a year and a half now, but so I've been seeing her on and off for like a year and a half, but we haven't really had like a lot of really long conversations. We've had like little like 2 to 5 minute conversations. She, you know, she plays music and stuff. So we talked about like guitar because I got my electric guitar, but I haven't picked it up that much. But she seems really passionate. She's stuck in like some classes, some like music theory classes. And I'm like, oh boy, like this girl's out to get it. But he said some boy, you know, I don't know if she's looking to date right now, and you know, there's this guy. Apparently, there's some other guy that they know who's like a child friend, but they don't know if it's gonna work out. And so I've just been like trying to be respectful. I've been trying to be respectful of wherever this girl is, and I know it's really hard because we don't have any of those things. I can't talk to her about video games. I can't talk to her about anime. You know, things like that. I can't talk to her about booze. I can't talk about like, oh, give me some good like alcohol recommendations. Like, well, what do you like? I can't do that because she doesn't really drink. So it's kind of tough, but at the same time, it's like, you know, I don't know. And it also doesn't help that she's like the only single Christian girl I know of. That doesn't help. Like, I know you can't throw all your eggs in one basket. So why did I go on about all that? I went on about it because I'm single and I'm thirsty, and you know, I want to get married and I want to get laid, you know, and it's tough. And I got a friend who's got like a Bumble, and apparently he's hit off with a few girls on Bumble, but he's actually canceled it himself. So I need to like sign up for a Bumble. I kind of held off because like, oh, I don't have the money. It's like, well, I kind of do have the money. I'm just stingy. I'm just stingy, and I mean, it's not worth being single the rest of my life. So I should probably get a Bumble, and maybe a Hinge because that sounds like a number people use. And I should probably stop talking. And I think I'm gonna go. God forgive me. My stomach forgive me. The gym forgive me. I'm gonna eat some more pizza. And I'm gonna get some more beer. And I'm finally gonna play this fucking game. Whoever watched this, whoever made it this far, like, you're 1 in a billion. I can't believe you didn't click the back button. I can't believe you sat here and listened to me talk my ass off while running around in fucking circles. I really should start a podcast. The same friend who's like on Bumble, we've been talking about like starting a podcast and just like talking about stuff. And that might be nice, but anyway, I'll be right back. I'm sorry. Oh, alright, I'm back. I decided to have a couple more slices. Poured me some Sky vodka. Just like what was left of it. It was like 70% of a shot of Sky vodka. And a Bud Light seltzer, a black cherry Bud Light seltzer. I picked that up when I was hanging out with. I have one friend in my life. I consider him my best friend, and he's the only friend I have who kind of likes video games and anime on my level. Like, I like anime a bit more, he likes video games a bit more, but we're both on that same level of like acceptance of, so what do you want to do? We could hang out. What do you want to do? Let's play this video game. Okay, hey, you know, want to hang out? Like, what should we do? Let's watch this anime. Like, we're always, it's, you know, video games and anime. And we bond through that. We socialize. We speak over, like, you know, anime you watch in Japanese, get the subtitles. You know, I love English dub anime. I think some anime are like better in English dub because of where they take place. Like if they take place in like Europe or the United Kingdom or America even. And I think most dub companies do a really good job of matching the lip flaps so you can't tell that they're off kilter unless you're like really paying attention. But yeah, we went to go get some alcohol and I was just like, well, I want to try something new, but it's at the same time, it's like I don't want to I want to buy something on the cheaper side because I'm kind of trying to save money right now. I kind of cut down I discussed all that. I cut down on my grocery shopping, but they kept sending me home early at work. We're running out of work and it's the holidays. Like, let's send everyone home early, but then they fuck us. Like, they fucked me out of $5 worth of pay today because they sent everyone home 5 hours early, and so altogether it's been like 7 hours. We've lost like $120, $140 against our will. Just kind of stupid. So that's why I was trying to go cheap with the alcohol, but at the same time, it's a tough balance. It's a tough balance, and be nice to buy the things I want to buy. Like I want to subscribe to Bumble. Like I was saying, it's going to cost a bit of money, but I also, I don't want to be single the rest of my life. But I also want to save for like if my car breaks down, which I'm pretty good with what I got in the bank right now. And like I said, I think I may have saved like $300 this month with my shopping at Aldi's. My shopping at Aldi's was really good, Though I did just spend $25 on a freaking pizza. So that was bad, but could have been $300, right? I saved $300. Okay, it's finally fucking time. Let us continue the story of Alex Mercer. So what is it that there's a lot of fucking landmark tokens here. I forgot these were even in the game. They're scattered all over the place, but of course I've been picking them up like nuts though. Getting tons of EP evolution points. Oh my god, they're all over this fucking park. I'm gonna grab them all. Oh my god, they're everywhere. So let's see what happened. Alex Mercer woke up in the morgue. Like, where am I? How did I get here? Oh, whoa, Trinity, or whatever. And, there's another one. Hold on a sec. Oh. Hey there. Reporting for duty, sir.
You've seen our order to isolate the subject on site, sir, from General Randall himself.
She's more than some test subject. You have no idea what she represents. Don't try and run this like some exercise. We need to move her out of the city now.
Ooh. See, I remember who this is. I do remember who this girl is. I'll try not to spoil it. I've already spoiled so much. I don't remember everything exactly about her and like what she represents. But this test subject is her that they keep talking about. Ooh, tank. Hello there, tank. See, I woke up in the morgue. I went back to my apartment and saw the woman. So it's like Alex Mercer's wife or girlfriend or fiance or live interest or whoever. Back when he was Alex Mercer. And then I had to escape. And then I found a guy who knows some things, and I consumed him to learn what he knew or whatever. Oh, there's another one. There's like two of them. Hey, you, I bet you were a doctor that worked on the Blacklight virus. I wonder how Alex just knows these guys, that they're them. Does this sense?
What is it we're looking at here?
The future. As amazing as it seems, he can manipulate his body on the genetic level. The changes are instantaneous. Everything, even the clothing, is imitated.
Yep, like I said.
Tissue differentiated and transformed on the fly. I want it on a slab. I need to know what makes it tick.
Yeah, like I said, his even his clothing is actually, it's like flesh, it's basically flesh, but it's perfectly imitated to look like clothing.
Codename Mother exhibits odd characteristics not consistent with DX1118 infection. Whether this represents a natural immunity or something more remains to be seen.
So, what does this mean to our research?
We all agree she represents the best chance we have to crack the virus's defenses.
Some more info on Codename Mother, huh? Yeah, it's mostly a bunch of random scientists. Whoa. Yeah, I remember Prototype 2, there was a few like gameplay improvements, a few gameplay disimprovements. I know one big thing is instead of having to charge your jumps, you can just hold down the A button to keep rising. So that was nice. Here we go. Main mission time, baby.
Find anything?
Jesus Christ, don't do that.
Sorry.
Okay, your permit?
There's nothing left there.
Well, it doesn't matter. I've been looking at your laptop.
Laptop.
Yeah. It came in the package the day after you went AWOL. Look.
I've seen that girl before.
Well, it makes sense. There are only two names in the file. One is yours. The second is this woman, Elizabeth Green. She's still in isolation at the Gentech building. Do you know who she is?
Hey, whoever she is, she knows more than I do.
God. She's just a girl. What kind of fucking monsters are these people?
Can't remember.
Elizabeth Green. She's kind of cute, just saying. Just saying.
Axiom will sweep to the river. Brimstone will encircle the entire sector and contain anyone moving through the area. I want this contained by daybreak.
Sir, there are nearly 100,000 people in the blue zone.
I'm not interested in excuses. Get it done. The situation I think your team is well suited for. How long until your men are in place?
We're prepped and ready for orders. We'll be wheels up and boots on the ground anywhere in the city in 15. With respect, sir, a suppression operation in the city of 12 million is slightly more than my men can handle.
The situation is already evolved. You're not participating in the containment action. Your team has a single target. Alex Mercer, codename Zeus. He's carrying a new strain. He's eliminated 50 of my men and smashed through a 2-foot steel door. You interested?
I'm your man, sir.
I don't need to tell you what's at stake.
Oof. Foreshadowing. Yep. I remember that guy. the guy that's like, oh, we could be on the ground in 15. That guy's got a few tricks up his sleeve. Let's just say that. Here we go. Moving on up. And Elizabeth Green. Deranged, psycho, experimented waifu. Just saying. I gotta joke while I'm single, guys. I mean, they're video game characters. Some guys have a weakness for those, right? Sometimes the side chick ain't even real. Anyway. You guys have seen that meme, right? So sometimes the side chick ain't even real. Anyway. Someone important. Maybe that just means like, I don't know. Just find like a soldier or something. Grab one and go. There's one there. Yeah, you know what? Okay, drop down, drop down, drop down, drop down.
If I look just like them, I should be able to walk among them.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. Uh-oh. Tried sneaking on him, but didn't work.
What the hell happened in there?
Team 1 dropped comm just after they entered the holding cell area.
That's it. Close it off. No one goes in or comes out of the Gentech building. I want it sealed with level 4 protocols.
Okay. Well, now I need to run. Oh, sorry, Mr. Carr. It looks like somehow like someone died right there with a rocket launcher. Well, it's my rocket launcher now. So I have a DNA indicator. Oh, I gotta watch out for those these things right here. They start to detect. Ooh, I'm getting double detected.
You're gonna have to be careful around these things.
Well, that's okay. I'll just go hide in this corner until it goes back down, just like that. Ah, shit. I did it wrong. I saw it gave me the... It gave me the cue to, you could like stealth consume people. I remember that. It's like a thing in the game. Well, now I'm a random Marine man. And nobody knows when they see him flying in the air. Well, it won't let me stealth consume him now. Because now I gotta fucking, you know, into the Gentech facility with this disguise. Ooh. I'm out of here. Ooh. Hunters. That's what they're called.
Yes, Private, you're guarding a hole in the fucking roof. You've been briefed about what we're up against. We're not secure until these skylights are sealed, so unless you want to pull shit patrol until your mama forgets what you look like, stand your sorry ass right here until you're told to do otherwise. Now move it, sir!
Oh, I'm out of here. I need some health. Oh, shit! Oh my god, they're knocking me around. I do need some health, though. I'm getting chased. Oh my god. Last time... I forgot how much these things fucking just won't let you go. There we go. Oh, I'm landing inside. These guys just doing their random weird patrols. Give me your health, bitch. I'm gonna need it when the hunters start dropping in. Give me that. Ooh, edgy. Oh my god, these guys can tank. These guys can tank. Oh my god. There we go. Consume. That's big health. Oh, here it comes. Ooh. Now it's on. Now it's time to rip and tear.
And I'm just getting started.
Oh, yeah. Ooh. Okay. The claws are still making things a little difficult. No! I need health! No! Give me your health, bitch. Give me your health. Oh my god! Throw it at the hunter. Oh my god. Give me your health. Now it's the other guy's turn. Oh my god, there's so many of them. Alex talking all this edgy shit. I'm here as the gamer, like this really hurts. Gotta get him, Get his health. No. 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 There. Get him. Get him. No. Got him. Gotta do this the super mutant way. Not the cheaty, you know. Oh my. Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. There's so many of them. There we go. There we go. Oh, give me that rocket launcher, bitch. Nope. Oh. Oh my god, I'm just gonna need like endless amounts of rockets. And this obviously isn't doing the trick. No! No! They're fucking fast. I see a rocket. That's what I need. Nope! Give me a rocket. Give me a rocket. No. Oh my god. It's like you can't. Like I said, that dodge move is useless. Okay. 2 remaining. Oh my god. Quit hitting me. There's some more. I see him. Oh. I'm just trying to grab my shit while avoiding the hunters. They're ridiculous. They're ridiculous. Oh my god. Oh my god. That doesn't... Nope! No, see? I can't get away from them. There's no point. Like, this dodge roll barely even fucking works. Oh my god. No! Give me that, give me that. No! Oh, I'm gonna die. I think I'm gonna die. I think I'm gonna die. No! Alright, consume, consume. No! Get away! Oh, fuck you. Jesus Christ. Use the dive roll. You're so fucking funny. Where's it putting me? Where's it putting me? Alright, well, it looks like I need to kill a few of them. Alright, let's just not waste time and go straight for the rocket launcher. Give me the rocket launcher, give me the rocket launcher, come on. Oh, fuck you! The sooner I could get these things, I think the sooner I get rid of the hunters. Oh my god, stop climbing! That's another... Oh my god. Because the auto parkour kind of gets in the way when I start... Oh my god! Like, you just can't escape them. Jeez, this is a lot more fucking... clunky than I remember. A lot more fucking... What's the word? Just... No! See, I can't even stop to grab shit. Oh boy, there we go. There it goes. Now, I really need health, but I can't even stop to get health. Because if I stop to get health, a hunter will fucking hit me. It just happens. I just get hit. Fuck you! And then when I try to grab, he doesn't grab what I want him to grab. This is... Oh my god, this is fucking pathetic. Where's my health? I just consumed that guy. Where's my health? Oh, and I'm dead. This... is fucking stupid. The shield. Shield. I do have the shield. I better equip the shield. That might help. That's all it takes. I got shot by one fucking rocket, and I lost everything. here. Come on. This is not fun. This is not fun. Get away. Get away. Don't roll into him. Oh boy. I wasted a rocket. Gimme. Where are the rest of the fuel tanks? Give me that. Alright, looks like I got one left. Okay, the shield might have might not been seeing it, but I think the shield might have helped. There it goes. Did it. I'm out of here. 20 upgrades unlocked. Jeez. That's a lot of upgrades. Stealth consume. I'm gonna need to consume a Blackwatch commander for that. Blackwatch commander's weapons, base weapons master, ground shatter. Well, I did get all those landmark tokens. Opponents. Charge your throw before releasing for vastly increased power and range. Spring throw. Health boost. I could use that. Air dash, air recovery. That's pretty useful right there. Jeez, I can knock the hammerfish just like that. It's pretty nice. Already unlocked all that, huh? Decisions. Well, I'm gonna want the air recovery. Sprint speed is just going to be nice because of it. Just for the sake of it, just for running around. I mean, I do that a lot anyway, don't I? Run around and just fucking talk. Health boost. Nothing wrong with a little bit of health. Charge throw, sprinting throw. I could grab while sprinting. Sprinting consume, I think, will help me out a lot to get health. But for now, I got sprinting throw. Stealth consume. I'm gonna want that when I'm you know, there's certain missions where you have to be stealth or whatever. It's kind of dumb. IMO, kind of dumb. Sprinting throw, okay. The ground spike might help with a lot of things. I could tell with those hunters, the regular claw attack just doesn't do that much damage, and the charge, like, you get hit. Like, by the time you could do something, you get hit, but I could use that to clear out the small fry I guess. And then those spikes were, I think these spikes can like kill some tanks. So the ground spikes, let's get those. Yeah. Oh, you could upgrade it too, that's nice. I know there's like a sprinting claw attack you could get. Hammer fist. Hammer fists are pretty cool. Let's do it. Well, now I'm already at the point where I need to get some more experience points to get some of this shit. I'm already at that point. All right. Oh. Oh, I forgot to fucking switch before I came out. Now they know it's me. Oh God, I really don't wanna. I don't wanna do those events. I also want the experience points, but it's just not fun. It's not fun. Let's try doing some stealth consumes. Oh yeah, don't look at me. There we go. Well, now I've turned into that guy, and I got some experience points. Or who am I being watched by? This guy. Nice. Got some health. And that guy fucking saw it happen. He was walking this direction. Oh, no, I'm that guy. He was fucking watching it. He saw it happen. That's hilarious, though. I think that's very funny. Oh well, time to die. Go on, call your strike teams. Call them. Call your teams. You're gonna call your strike team, bitch? I really don't want to do those events. Ah, who saw me do that? Let's test out my newly acquired sprint speed, huh? Because now I can go a little bit faster. Now we're going maybe more time, like 5 times the athlete. Five times the fastest man on earth. Running speed. This has got to be like at least, I don't know, at least 50 miles an hour. I know I've been talking with my friend. We want to do one experiment where we calculate how many calories that a video game character consumes in like an RPG game where food is health items. But then I was also thinking we should try to measure like superpowers. We need to measure units. So like we need to find the speed, the actual miles per hour of Alex Mercer at full sprint. And then also his jump, which I upgraded my jump to, so let's see how high we can get. Yeah, that's like 50 times the height of the highest jumping like basketball player. Whoosh! Jump clean over the fucking signposts that you'll see on the highway all the time. Get a little boost from the cars. That's about the best time to jump I've discovered in this game for fun, is the jump when you land on like the cars. It's like the best time to jump. That's so cool, man. It feels so good. It feels so good. And this is like, I think I got the second upgrade. I think there's like 4 of them maybe. So I basically can like, I don't know, double this. I don't know. Well, shit. I might have to research how to get the most out of the, Yeah, that's right, I'm here. I might have to research how to get the most out of the, get the most experience. Like, what's the best grind? Because I hate any sort of, like, timed, like, racing, like, gold, bronze, silvers. I'd rather just beat the shit out of things till I get the experience. Like, I get options. If you want to make it an option for people, like, get points by racing or whatever, okay, but I'd rather grind it out. Like, I know it's stereotypical. I know, like, MMOs, people complain, oh, you're just killing things. Well, that's fun, though. There we go. Let's see who's coming our way. What is it here? That's just the guy, ain't it? It's just the fucking helicopter. Yep. Got him. Yeah, unfortunately, it's just gonna be landmarks. Just gonna be landmarks and, events, I guess. Fuck it. But we got a few new ones. We got, like, a death event. Maybe at least that one will be easier. IDK. Oh. I had to take a little sippy sip of my seltzer there. Gotta finish that shit before it gets too late. I'm gonna have a hard time sleeping tonight if I drink it too late. And I could already tell it's gonna be a little rough in the morning tomorrow, but man, it's fun though. I mean, it's just fun. The memories, right? That's what they say. Oh, we got a guy. Let's see if I could stealth consume this mother sucker. Hey there, sir. Would you mind if you don't look at me? Yeah, just keep walking. Just keep walking, pal. Gosh darn it. I just have to grab him. Oh, the cops saw me.
What were we keeping from them? Everything.
Go on.
This source. It's the key to genetics. but it's also a machine, churning out the worst viruses ever seen. Things that, if they got out of the lab, could literally erase human civilization as we know it.
Damn, you.
How did that make you feel?
Fuck.
I wasn't paid to feel.
Damn. Oh, and fuck the police. Sorry. Oh, you want some? Let's see what my claws have to say about that. Oh, yes, impaled motherfucker. Cool. It's definitely smaller. Landmark token, so there's some money. It honestly almost feels like it would have been better if Prototype ditched the stealth element. It's definitely underworked. It's cool that it's a power he has, but it would have been better to focus on the combat. Was I saying something? I can't remember. Oh yeah, just good times with the alcohol. Relaxing times. Good vibes. Much good vibes. Well, be all rusty in the morning, but go to the gym in the afternoon, and hopefully I'll be good by then. It'll be leg day tomorrow. Pretty straightforward day, but a pretty hard day. You really gotta just fight through the feeling. You know? I don't have much more to talk about. I talked about so much shit at the start of the stream. Looks like we have another guy too. Surprise, motherfucker. Surprise, motherfucker.
First general order.
When in doubt, shoot to kill.
Second.
No clearance, no passage.
Third.
Nothing crosses the red line, sir.
Kill everyone. Kill all the civilians. Kill... If they so much as cough, kill them. It's crazy. So this game came out in what was it, 2008, 2009? And here I am, 2020, in what might be the biggest pandemic since the swine flu. So I was really young when the swine flu happened. I didn't even remember it. My parents brought it back up. But during the swine flu, I don't think we were having to wear masks and you know, have to limit how many people are next to each other and all these spaces and shit like that. I'm very sure that wasn't a thing, and I'm also very sure that the swine flu pandemic, whatever, didn't last as long. But maybe I'm wrong, because I haven't really Googled it. I just kind of remember what my parents told me, but that's it. Here comes a cop wondering, who the heck was that jumping on all the cars? Oh, maybe it's this guy. Maybe you should do something, officer, instead of just fucking stand there. Like I said, the hiding mechanics of this game are very bad. Also, if I remember correctly, I haven't done this yet, I think on stream, but if you jump into the water, Alex just hops back out. He just automatically hops. He can control his hop, so they didn't have the time to implement swim mechanics, so instead they just let you just control as you hop out of the water. So that's actually pretty handy. Oh yeah, definitely 50 times a basketball player's height. I think so the game's called Prototype. What's inferred canonically is that Alex Mercer, well, the Prototype, will never stop growing in power, because he'll always be a prototype. He'll always be able to be improved upon. It's kind of like an early access game. An early access game is like, I guess it's not exactly a prototype because they'll release the game and then they'll still release DLC. I think the idea of early access is they're working out the general mechanics, like the general rules of the game, and you know the how much damage this or that does, or how leveling up should work, how much, you know, whatever. Because though, you know, of course, things get buffed and nerfed and updates way after a game is released. But I think early access is just more about the rules of the game itself. And then when they decide, okay, these are what the rules are going to be, and then they release it as a full game. Maybe. I don't know. All I know is I really want to play Baldur's Gate 3 when it's out of early access. That's all I fucking know. Because I'm not going to get tired of it while it's in early access just to play the full game, the full campaign, the full story, and then be bored of it by then because I played early access too much. I don't know. And I'm really excited for Baldur's Gate 3. I grew up playing like Baldur's Gate 1 and 2. The story of Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 was like the Lord of the Rings of video games. And the world of the Forgotten Realms is such, it's so underrated from the perspective of the world. Like the monsters and the gods and the deities and all that. And the monsters. It's used, of course, mainly for role-playing Dungeons and Dragons. But I think it also has amazing opportunities for storytelling, for like written original characters. I think the Dark Elf series by R.A. Salvatore with Dridit Stewardin is proof of that. It's very much proof of that. And I love the world. I love the world of Forgotten Realms. But anyway, I digress. Let's see what this is. I think I'll see if I could get some sort of medal or something on this, and then I might call that it for the night and go watch some anime or something before bed. Use the active power to kill as many enemies in the time limit. So I want to try to kill 28 enemies. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. I just sipped what was left of my seltzer. It's game time. Here we go. Last stand of the night. Okay, they gave me the claws. Kill enemies. So what are these enemies? Where are they going to spawn? What do we got? What's going to happen here? Enemies. Well, those aren't enemies. These are enemies. Oh, I need to kill with the weapon. I'm an idiot. No wonder. Okay. Ooh, I did it. Fuck yeah, bitch. Gold. I guess some of these challenges are easy and some aren't. I don't know. I bet if I went back and tried to redo some of those movement challenges, it wouldn't be so bad. I wonder if I could just keep replaying that. And just keep getting the 13,000 EP. Okay. If I were to play it again, though, like, I wonder if I would. Oh, it's gone now because I got gold on it. So it kind of, well, oh, I got gold, but can I do it again and then just like get more points? I don't know, but I already tried it and I said that was gonna be it for the night. I need to go you know, I've been watching that Kimetsu no Yaiba anime, Demon Slayer, as everyone knows it, the Shonen Jump one. So I don't get into shonen anime, of course, like I used to, but I also suffer from a serious case of FOMO, fear of missing out. Especially, well, particularly when it comes to anime, because, you know, deep in my heart, you know, it's like I still want to be prepared for the day when, like, maybe it becomes an actual career where there's actual, like, courses or some sort of path to writing stories or script writing, anime, or even like manga or a light novel, just whatever would get adopted into an anime, you know. So that's why I still kind of I'll try to stay up to date with what's relevant and what's most popular. And right now, Demon Slayer anime, like the manga already ended. People, you know, they'll say things, they say it was really cookie cutter, and they'll say the ending was very like, kind of just felt like lame or something, but people loved that thing came out of the park swinging. People just love, like, from 1 to 100, like that. I think it was the anime. It's when the anime came out, like, because I was reading in Japan, it was a big deal. Like, nobody really cared about that manga's existence, right? Because in Japan, sometimes a manga is like, you know, anime will be popular before they're even an anime because of the manga that the anime is based off of. Whereas in America, no one cares about the manga. Like, no one reads. Well, there's a lot of people that do, but all the ones that do read manga, they generally only read it after, like, the anime comes out. Whereas in Japan, it's like vice versa. Like, they read the manga and then they watch the anime because they read the manga. But no one even in Japan, no one really cared about Demon Slayer until Ufotable made that the Demon Slayer anime. And I mean, that company, it's, you know, it's got the Fate series, which is like one of the biggest even in Japan. Like, it's gotten pretty big in America, but in Japan it's like one of the top 10, and it was definitely big in Japan before it was big in America. So it had that street cred to it. Everyone watched it because they saw it was Ufotable, the guys that made the Fate anime. Which I'm going to be honest, I don't know enough about. I'm not a big fan of that series. And I'm sure, like, there's so many of them, and you got to watch them all in order, or it's just really convoluted, you know. But I know that Demon Slayer movie came out, and it's already made its way to the 3rd highest selling movie in Japan of all time. And this is during, like, I think Japan, like, it's during the virus, but Japan's pretty much opened up all of its theaters and stuff. But this Demon Slayer movie has already made it to number 3. So it's like, remember that Your Name movie that made, like, number 2 that everyone was, like, talking about, like, broke history? You know, I watched that, and it was kind of just like a Freaky Friday, or, you know, with, like, really, really good animation, or just really, really detailed. I think it was really, like, literally every girl in Japan and her mom. Every girl in Japan and her mom went and saw that movie 10 times, and that's why it made, like, the 2nd highest grossing movie ever. Like, I think Japan, especially girls in Japan, they're super dreamy when it comes to romance. I've noticed they're kind of like, in the 90s we had movies like The Notebook and stuff, and I think they're kind of in that era right now in Japan. But so anyway, because of Demon Slayer's popularity, and because it's kind of a shonen, and I'm not against, like, action manga, right? I felt like I need to watch it. I need to know it, even though I'm not. I have a big thing against like children protagonists, like high school, middle school, whatever protagonists. It just feels samey. There's so many anime that like hit that demographic of like high schoolers. Like I love Harry Potter and all that, but I think there's like an I'd like to be the first person to make a manga that goes on for like hundreds of chapters, or an anime that goes on for hundreds of episodes that is aimed at adults and has adult characters who end up developing and all of that. Because I don't know, in a lot of anime it makes it look like the moment you turn 18 you're basically 65. You're basically not important. Like at the beginning of the series, all of the adults are the strongest, and then in like 2 years the kids just surpass all of the adults, when it's like, those adults, they worked for decades to like get as strong as they did, and then a bunch of kids like surpass them in like 2 years. It's kind of insulting. So I'd like to make an anime like that, but then maybe have like a good like high school character, like one of the big like side protagonists, and maybe my main character can kind of be like, he could be in a spot where he's like a big brother, where he's a mentor, but he's also kind of still growing himself or something like that. I think that'd be cool. Well, I was just about to call it quits, but then this guy decided to pop up on my radar, and I had to grab him.
We have confirmation of the agent at 2 sampling stations.
That is a variant of DX1118, still untyped.
In 10 to 15 hours, an outbreak is likely to appear. It is vital that fast action teams are on site within minutes of the first confirmation. We're here to make certain what happened in 1969 never happens again. You all know your duty, whatever it takes.
It's quite the web, ain't it? It is quite the web. Alright. I know I have enough. Probably after all the shit I did, have enough stuff to upgrade, but I think we're done for tonight. I think we're done. I think we've gone on long enough. This video's already probably like 3 hours. It's been fun, but it's time to go. Sayonara.